Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to download and install Microsoft SQL Server 2014 Express Edition. The download link is displayed on the screen. This is the site that contains the download files for Microsoft SQL Server. So the first thing you need to do is identify which file you want to download. Before you click the download button, just click on this plus sign here so you can see the details. There are different files to be downloaded. It gives you the list there and it tells you the various sizes of each of the files. It also gives you a description here of each of the file. So you download the relevant file. But the one I'm going to go for is this one here, Express with Advanced Services. It tells you what it does. This package contains all the components of SQL Server Express, including the full version of SQL Server 2014, Management Studio. This is a larger download. Okay, I would recommend you go for this option, the Express with Advanced Services, because it contains more features. And take a look at the system requirements to make sure that your system meets the requirement to download and install this package. And then if you want to take a look at installation instructions, feel free to do that. For me, I am going to click on this download button and it will give you a list. These are all the files, and the one I'm going to go for is this one, which is the Express Advanced, because I have a 32-bit operating system. If you have a 64-bit, choose this one instead, the one that says 64. If you are not sure if you are running 64 or 32, best way to check is to right click on your computer, go properties, and under system type it would say 32-bit operating system. Okay, so make sure you check that out from there. So I've got mine checked. I'm just going to click. It tells you the size. Mine is 1.1 gigabyte. So I'm going to click next to begin the download. So that's the download here. It has started. I give it a few minutes to complete. Once the file has finished downloading, that's the file here is finished. So you can either double click to run the exe file, or you can browse to the location of the downloaded file by clicking on show in folder, and that will take you to the folder here. So that's the folder, that's the file that has been downloaded. Just double click to begin the installation. You may get an antivirus prompt. Just click accept to continue, and then you get this option here to choose a directory for the extracted files. I will just accept what's there at the moment. Just click OK, and it will just extract to the default location. Once the setup has initialized, you get a box like this. You need to select new SQL Server standalone installation. Click on that, and that will present a different screen for you to make some selections. So the first thing you need to do is click on the checkbox to accept the license terms. You can turn this on if you wish. It's Customer Experience Improvement Program, so you can skip that if you don't want to do that. And once you've accepted the license, click on next, and we wait for it to run a check. So it's just checking and scanning your computer to make sure that you've got all the relevant files for the setup files to run. Alright, so you have some options here for you to select. There are some files checked by default. I would recommend you select this option here that says select all, and what that will do, it will select everything. If you want to know what each stuff does, you can click on it. For example, this one, LocalDB, gives you a description here what it does. So make sure you go select all and leave everything else as default. Click next. Okay, give it a few minutes to progress the installation. Leave the default settings, named instance SQL Express, instance ID SQL Express, leave that as it is. Click next. Click next. So on this screen here, this is the database engine configuration. Here is the authentication page. Basically, it's asking you what method of authentication do you want to use. The default is Windows authentication mode. You can have mixed mode, which means SQL Server authentication and Windows authentication. If you're going to have the mixed mode, you got to select that and then enter a password. I will leave the default, which is the Windows authentication. Leave that. Click on next. It tells you the account, so take note of the account you've got here. That will be the SQL Server administrator account. So whatever account you've got signed in here is what you'll be using for administration. Okay, so once you've got that sorted, click on next, and then make sure you've got that install and configure. So it will install and also configure. So this is where we are now. Click next. Once the installation is complete, you will get this box come up saying complete, and it tells you all the products that have been installed, and you can see the status of it. So you can scroll through to make sure that everything has succeeded, and just click on this to view any instructions you need. So once that's done, you can just click on close, and that will exit the box. Okay, to test the installation, you can open your All Programs menu and go to Microsoft SQL Server 2014. Click on that. Click on SQL Server 2014 Management Studio, and we'll wait for that to launch. If that launches okay and gives you the option to select your database, then you know that everything is installed okay. Once it loads, you get this screen come up here where it gives you different options here to connect. So once you click on your username, which should be the username that you use to log onto your computer, click connect, and that will connect you to the database engine. So if you connected, that means you have successfully installed SQL Server 2014 Express. To exit the SQL Server management tool, just click on File and Exit.